Alright folks, how you doing? So in this video I'm going to give you my true opinion of my fellow Scottish West Lothian YouTuber, and that is Ged Skeptic. Now first of all, let me say that I do not hate Ged Skeptic. In fact, I don't even dislike him. I can understand why he doesn't like me, and that's perfectly justifiable. You know, I don't hold it against him that he kind of thinks I'm a piece of crap, because if I was in his position I would think that about me too. I can sympathise, I can empathise even. However, when you're coming out and making videos attacking King Robert the Bruce and William Wallace, and your channel's called True Scottish History, you're not going to sit back and do nothing. You know, I made those videos because I considered Ged Skeptic's opinions to be misleading and false. You know, and fundamentally, you know, the first word in this channel is true Scottish history. You know, true. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this sort of like your truth sort of idea, you know, all this, you know, that's my truth. No, the truth is the truth. You know, there is a bottom line to things, you know. It is what it is. There's not your truth and my truth. There's only the truth. And the fact of the matter is, Ged Skeptic's conclusions about William Wallace and Robert the Bruce are misleading and poorly conceived. I think he's not really thought it completely through. I think it's an emotional reaction to his perception of what was going on rather than what was actually happening. You know, it seems to be rooted in some sort of insecurity. You know, some sort of inferiority complex, even like that everyone's better than us, than the Scots. I mean, but it's not true. It's not true at all. I mean, William Wallace fought English armies which outnumbered him 6-1 and beat them. So to call his integrity into question is absolutely diabolical, which is probably the most British word ever invented. But it is, you know, Wallace would not sell out at all, you know, no matter what he was offered. In fact, it's insinuated, it's implied in the book that I read from, William Wallace, Robin Hood Revealed, that King Edward would have gone as far as offering William Wallace the Scottish crown to get him on side. He would have gone that far. He would have made him king of Scotland. He would have given him anything he wanted. I mean, for all the lieutenants that King Edward had, like your Henry Percy's or Bishop Beck's or all these characters, or Aymer de Valence, you know, he would have sacrificed all of them for Wallace. You know, he wanted Wallace on side more than Emperor Palpatine wanted Luke Skywalker on his side, to use an analogy. You know, he wanted him more than Anakin. You know, I've said a lot. You know, I believe that King Edward looked upon William Wallace as the son that he wished he had. I think he respected Wallace. I think he even admired Wallace up to a point. He also despised Wallace because Wallace, you know, threw it back in his face and told him to fuck off, basically. Wallace would not sell out. Not for anything. He wouldn't sell out for all the gold in France. I think that's actually a direct quote from the book. He wouldn't sell out for any reason. He could have offered him the world, you know. Wallace was a man beyond being bought. You know, he was an idealist. Wallace truly believed in Scotland. He truly believed in freedom. And he was a man who went to the grave with no regrets. Most of us, you know, we have a fair share of regrets. I certainly do. But Wallace went to his grave bravely because he knew that he didn't sell out. He was the one man who would never sell out, no matter what you promised him. So I'm not going to sit back and let anyone attack him. What are you, fucking crazy? Anyone who attacks Wallace's integrity and reputation just does not know the man. Just does not realize who he was. You know, I'm actually getting emotional thinking about it. You know, but no, Wallace, you're not going to attack Wallace and get away with it. You know, you're going to be hearing from me if you go anywhere near Wallace's reputation. You can fucking believe that. Wallace was no sellout. He was no traitor. He was the opposite. He freed Scotland 3 times from English tyranny and oppression. And I don't hold any grudges against England. A country is only as good as its king. You know, England have actually got through to the semi-finals, I believe, in the Euros as of the time of recording this. I mean, I can sit here and tell you that I have Anglo-Saxon ancestry, because this part of Scotland was once part of the Kingdom of Northumbria, which was part of England, or what we think of as England, though it's a little bit more complex than that. But basically, prior to the Battle of Carham in 1018, the Anglo-Saxons lived in this area. In fact, a lot of churches around here in West Lothian have Anglo-Norman, architecture and things like that. There's a church just 5 minutes up the road from where I'm sitting right now, which is Norman-inspired, archways and things like that. But, the Normans were not the bad guys in the Scottish Wars of Independence. In fact, it was the descendants of noble families who were invited in by King David I who fought beside William Wallace and Robert the Bruce. Well, not all of them were Norman, mind you. But like Robert Boyd, he was descended from a Norman family, it's implied. He might not have been, but I think he was. I think he did have Norman nobility in his blood. Certainly John the Graham did. I mean, Sir John the Graham, who died at the Battle of Falkirk in 1298, Wallace openly wept when he died. He was in floods of tears because John the Graham was as a brother to Wallace, even though William Wallace had no Norman ancestry. Not that I'm aware of. Some of the top lieutenants of King Robert, who was himself half Norman, and he fought, you see Braveheart and it talks about the ending is absolute fucking rubbish. Honestly, sorry to spoil the movie for you if you liked it. It's a good movie, but it's not real life. We're just talking about the Scots, at Bannockburn won their freedom. They didn't win a fucking thing at Bannockburn. It took 14 more years. And the Scots stuck at it and at it and at it until finally they won. And it's because of men like William Wallace and Robert the Bruce that they won. King Robert the Bruce, to attack him, you fucking kidding me? He led us to victory. He won the war of Scottish independence. He's the reason we have an independent kingdom right now. Why we're not sitting in the Kingdom of Britain or the Kingdom of England, but the Kingdom of Scotland. We have our own laws. We have our own currency. We have our own language. We even have our own parliament. The Scottish independence movement is bullshit. We already are independent. We always have been. We are our own people. We are nobody else's race. I don't think Scotland in its whole entire history has ever lost a war. We've certainly never lost a war against England. I'm not talking about Britain losing the war against America. That's a totally separate thing. But when the Scots, as an independent nation, have fought to maintain their independence, they won. We won the First Scottish War of Independence. We won the War of the Covenant. We won the Second War of Independence. We won the War of the Rough Wing. You take every single war that Scotland has ever fought against England, it turns out only one way. We won. What do you mean vote for independence? We fucking are independent. What the hell are you talking about? We always have been. We always will be. You see this? That's a lion. There's a reason we've got a lion on our flag. There's a reason, if you look at Edinburgh Castle, it says, Nemo me impune lacessit. It means no one provokes me with impunity. In other words, it means don't fuck with us. And those words are so true. Everyone we went up against, we beat them all. We fought the greatest military power in the history of this world, and we beat them. So to desecrate the memory of the men who led us to victory is not something I'm going to tolerate. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.